So this is my latest painting, Pyramid View. Doing something a little different with this one. Not too different, but trying to be a little bit more creative with my landscapes, paintings in general. I don't want to just keep, taking reference photos and painting. I want to use a bit more imagination. And so with this one, this is, trying to do that. So my vision was to paint like, a nice dinner scene or lunch scene or whatever, somebody eating with the dinner plate, dinner plate, eating whatever. It didn't really matter. I just do some little food on there to, for the purpose of the painting. Didn't really matter what the food was. I just wanted the scene to be dinner with a dope view of the pyramids, but not the pyramids as we see them now, but how they initially were supposed to look, according to historians and all that, with, grass, green trees and all that good stuff. So that's how I envisioned it in my head, and that's what I'm trying to depict in the paint. So that's what I'm doing now, is painting the plate, getting that going. And so the focus was basically I wanted the pyramids to be like kind of like not out of focus, but like in the background with the river flowing through, the trees, palm trees, all that, very nice view, something you've never seen before. Basically, that's what I was going for. I'm trying to do paint stuff that hasn't really been seen before, and I ain't never seen that before. If you have, I haven't. So that's basically the look I was going for. And so the reference photo for the plate and the table and all that, that's what that came from. As far as the pyramid that you will see me paint, that is all from like imagination. Obviously I looked at a few pyramids to see how they, how they set up and whatnot, but for the most part the pyramids and the river and all that is from imagination. So that's basically what I'm trying to do with this paint. So I laid down the sketch. Now time to put some color in. Starting with the sky and the ocean, or the river, water, whatever you call it. Still trying to figure out if the reflection of the pyramids is too close to the actual patio window, which is like closer to the plate. So I wanted it to look far out past, I don't know exactly how far, but I just wanted it to look far, but the reflection coming so close to the window, and it kind of doesn't look as far as I wanted it to seem. So I don't know, I'm going to change that. get this the rice to actually look like rice. I know right now it look like some mashed potatoes or something, but eventually I got it to look how how the photo how it was looking in the photo, because it kind of don't even look like rice in the photo. I don't know, maybe the wife didn't make it right. Starting with the pyramid, I'm trying to get the color just right. Just look a little too saturated, and I'm trying not to make it so tight. I want it to be a lot looser, but I don't know. I'll worry about that later. But at the moment, trying to get the color just right. Couldn't really. It doesn't really look like pyramids. They're not really that brown. They're more like a grayish tan color. I don't know, but this I don't know. I wouldn't really feel brown color, but for the moment, I guess it'll do. Plus, I wanted it to be a little bit more blurry. Like I said, I wanted it to be slightly out of focus, not like real tight like that. But I'll fix it eventually. putting this reflection in, I had somewhat of a difficult time trying to get the color just right. Now, I am using a reference photo for the plate and the table, and just, I don't know, it just took a minute for me to get the color just right. First it looked like light brown, and then it was, I don't know, like a light purplish color. It ended up being more of a extremely light violet color for the reflection, but it didn't seem like it looking at the photo that I took. But eventually I got it, and it looked pretty good in my opinion. But it took me a while. It took me a minute to get the color just right. Plus, there's a bunch of different values within the glare itself. So it went from like a light purplish color to a light bluish color, and then, different type of stuff. So, but I eventually got it. It took me a minute though. erasing it, wiping it away, because I was not feeling the way it was looking. It was way too close, in my opinion, to the foreground, and it just didn't look right. So yeah, just basically a whole bunch of paint wasted. And Geneva Fine Art oil paints ain't cheap either, for me anyway. I got 8 kids, so I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, I ended up just basically with the water starting over, doing it over again and trying something else, because I didn't like the way it looked. So when it comes to water, I still have a hard time, or difficult time rather, getting it just right. I don't know why, man. It just, painting water is hard for me, and I gotta keep going over it again and again. I keep changing stuff. I don't know, maybe that's how it goes. I don't know. I don't really know any other artists, so I'm not sure. But for me, it is quite difficult to get just right, or at least get it how I want it, how I'm seeing it in my head, or even how I'm seeing it in a reference photo. It just it don't it don't look quite right to me. I don't know if it's a value issue or if it's a color issue. I'm not sure, but I do the best I can. It looked decent, I suppose, the finished product. But yeah, I have a real difficult time with water. Also clouds. Well, not I'm better with clouds, but I used to have a real hard time painting clouds. But I got better painting clouds. But water, I'm still working on. trying to get the rice to actually look like rice. 'Cause like I said before, it was looking like mashed potatoes. So it took me a minute to figure out like what I was doing wrong, but basically it was just I was being impatient. I just got to keep working with it, putting the different values of the grains of rice, you know, the lights over the darks and whatnot, and then it eventually started to look like actual rice as opposed to mash. But yeah, it took a minute. I see a lot of times as I started, you know, but the more I paint, I realized it usually takes a minute for it to start to actually look like how I want it to look. I just gotta give it some time, keep working it, and then eventually, you know, get out of that ugly stage as they call it, and then it start to look, you know, look like how I want it to look. So I just gotta basically just keep working with the different values. The more values you got, the more realistic it looks. It took me a minute to figure that out, to realize that from when I first started painting a few years ago. But yeah, see, it eventually started to look good, and I was happy with that. this is actually supposed to be what is salmon in the photo that was cooked. The reason I said it because my brother had walked in when I was painting. While I was painting this, and he was like, "What you doing here? Painting some chicken?" And I was like, "No, it's actually salmon." But I guess it don't matter. As long as it looks like something edible, it's all good to me. the water, which gives me most difficulties, as I already mentioned earlier. I don't know, man. It's not looking how I wanted exactly to look. I don't know if it's just me or what, but it ain't looking quite like the water I see, you know what I'm saying, in real life. I wanted it to be as realistic looking as possible. And I don't know, I'd be having real problems with water. So I did the best I could with what I know as far as how water looks. I can't really put my finger on it. I think it's a value issue. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's kind of hard when you paint from just like imagination and not really looking at a reference photo. But even when I look at a reference photo, it's still kind of hard for me to do water paint. For me to paint water. But I get it. I'll figure it out eventually. So I'm just doing what I can for now. But it turned out alright. It turned out okay, but just not quite as realistic looking as I wanted it to be. So as you can see, I ended up adding some leaves, palm tree leaves, like right outside the window. It wasn't initially part of the plan, but you know how art is. It's never really finished. But I don't know what I was watching. I was watching something. I was like, you know what? That'll look dope in front of that window. I'm painting. Plus, the paint was looking kind of like, bland, boring, or whatever you want to call it. So I figured add a few leaves right in front, make it pop a little bit more. And so I went with the palm tree style leaves. I think it looked pretty good. Basically that is it. I didn't record. There's a few things I added that I didn't record, and this is the final finished product right here. Added like a hazy window with the reflection on it. Kind of added the reflection of the plate in there. Can't really see it in the picture, but yeah, that's it. If you like the video, please hit the like button, the thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And thanks for watching.